We're back. We're back in the studio once again, and we're talking about the Mad Catz. Now, those of you who are in the gaming world, you know about Mad Catz. You know, Mad Catz, they make a lot of peripherals for gaming, like controllers, you know, memory cards. Back in the day when memory cards was a big thing, we don't use it anymore, but back in the day, you know, you have the controllers, any kind of peripheral that you use for your gaming system, Mad Catz would have a peripheral for it. Even in the computer world, keyboards, joysticks, you know, Mad Catz, they make peripherals for computers and gaming consoles and stuff like that. Well, you know, with devices like Oh Yeah, you know, and the Game Stick drumming up interest in the open source gaming platform market, Mad Catz decided they too. So we have yet another system coming out. This holiday season, Mad Catz is jumping into the fray with a system of its own. They're calling it Project Mojo, M-O-J-O. You know, and like its Kickstarter-backed peers, Project Mojo is based on Android, but instead of requiring games to be custom tailored to its hardware, it works with existing digital storefronts like Amazon, like the Apple App Store or Google Play, stuff like that. And unbound by a proprietary platform, Project Mojo enables users to access a library of thousands of titles, including those already purchased from their Android tablet, for their Android tablet or smartphone or iOS or anything like that. Now, the system makes use of Mad Catz's Game Smart platform. Now, this was introduced back in January at CES. The Game Smart is a range of cross-platform Bluetooth accessories designed for tablets, right? Smartphones, PCs, smart TVs, stuff like that. They're Bluetooth accessories that was made for them. But this Mad Catz system here, the Game Smart, is going to use that ability so that you can use those controllers with it as well. Now, this is expected to ship with the company's CTR-LR Bluetooth controller, which offers a full suite of dual analog thumbsticks, trigger, D-pad controls for gamepad-enabled Android titles like Dead Trigger, Shadow Gun, and more. These are, some of the bigger titles in the Android App Store, and the controller coming out with this Mad Catz Game Smart platform. The Mad Catz Project Mojo is going to be able to use it. Now, while the company maintains that the Project Mojo is merely in the prototype stages, the final hardware is expected to ship, according to sources, with 16 gigabytes of internal storage, expandable with a micro SD, which is the same as Oh Yeah, Bluetooth Smart 4.0 when the next version of Android ships, 2 USB ports for wired game pads and other accessories, stuff like that, HDMI port, Wi-Fi, and a headphone port. Now, we're going to show you a picture of this thing. For processing, Mad Catz hasn't committed to any specific silicone yet, any kind of chipset, but it's currently investigating, as far as sources go, the NVIDIA Tegra 4 processor, which was unveiled also earlier this year at CES. And if the company lands on NVIDIA's new mobile chip, however, it could prove to be a competitive edge in alluring prospective consumers. Not only would it be a generation ahead of companies like Oh Yeah and GameStick, but it also would come equipped with NVIDIA Shield technology, which allows players to stream full HD games from their PC over a local Wi-Fi. Now, when I say that, I don't mean stream games like over the internet from your PC to your system, because that wouldn't make any sense. It has Wi-Fi. But games that you have on your PC, high-end games that you play on your PC, you have it on your PC, you can stream those onto this system so that you can play it on your TV. Now, why would that be significant? Because maybe your computer isn't hooked up to your TV. Maybe it's in another room or something like that, and you want to play it, but you don't want to go in there. You want to play it on your big TV. This way, you can stream computer games straight from your PC onto the Project Mojo, Mad Catz Project Mojo, and just play it on your big TV. That's what the NVIDIA Project Shield can do. Not Project Shield anymore, just NVIDIA Shield. That's what it can do, and that's coming out, I think, on the 30th of this month. So let me just show you a picture of this thing so you know what to look for when it comes out this holiday season. I mean, it's just, like I said, there's so much out there right now as far as this Android gaming kick is seeing a lot of people coming into the fray, trying to one-up everyone else. So, you know, here we go. This is the Mad Catz right there. That's what that bad boy looks like. It looks pretty little futuristic right there. A little shiny box right there. Yep, little shiny box. This is just some of the games right there that it can play. You know, let me enlarge that so you could kind of, yeah, there it is. You know, a little small box right there, blue light showing you it's on, stuff like that. Nothing hefty. You know, we have to see how this thing works. Now they have a promo video of it out. We're not going to show you that here today, but they have a promo video showing you how this thing is working. But you know, if it's when it gets closer to launch, and when it gets closer to actually being, because a lot of these things come out, news comes out because they're trying to drum up interest and stuff like that. But in the end, you know, a lot of these things fall by the wayside. You know, they fall by the wayside, and no one ever comes out with it. So, you know, we're gonna hold that right there until we see how far this thing is going to go. If it's really gonna hit the concept that we're looking for. But for those of you that are Final Fantasy fans, this new trailer, which was released at this year's E3, they're showing you this Final Fantasy that's coming out. Now, I mean, it's interesting with Final Fantasy because it's called Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. This is the trailer that was the gameplay trailer released at E3. And for many of you, that's Final Fantasy fans. It's you know, it's funny they're still calling it Final Fantasy because the name Final Fantasy was supposed to be, well, Square's. What happened with this game was that Square was losing money. They came out with a couple of games when they first started. Nobody was buying them, and so they decided to create one last game before they went under and sunk to the bottom of the ocean like the Titanic. They decided they were going to come out with one more game, and they call that game the Final Fantasy, meaning this is our final fantasy game that we're going to be able to come out with. And that game blew up, you know, and so now that game had single-handedly brought Square back from the dead, and now you have Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 13, but that's the story behind Final Fantasy, why it was called Final Fantasy, because it was their final fantasy, but it turned out not to be. So we're going to show you a video of this thing. Now, the Final Fantasy Returns is a world-driven game, which means that the gaming the world will continually change. The gaming world will continually change, and events will happen in various locations, regardless of whether the player is in the same location or not within the world to witness the event or not. So something will happen, and you don't have to be there to witness it or to see it, but it's still going to happen. Now, according to the creators, they said that Final Fantasy Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13 is a blend of traditional RPG elements from earlier Final Fantasy games and the more action-oriented platform style of action-adventure games. Lightning, acting as a sole playable character, that's the name of the character, is able to jump, climb up ladders, and onto ledges and platforms and move more commonly found in stealth games than RPG games. So we're going to show you here real quick a little snippet of this game right here that's coming out for all you Final Fantasy fans. This thing came out at E3 this year, and if you didn't get to see E3, this is the trailer that Final Fantasy. So let's make sure everything is good here. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. Everything looks good right there. Here we go. Carrying that over. Whoa, wait. Let's see what happened here. A little frozen. Okay, here we go. Sounds good. Okay, the music is ready. Here we go. Fade into black. This is Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. By Square Enix. This was released at this year's E3. You're seeing it right here on Tech Pulse. Get rid of this. It has RPG elements as well as action. So no turn-based in this one. This is going to play like an action-adventure game with role-playing elements. Many of you may be used to Final Fantasy's, role-playing turn-based style. This one is more action-oriented. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Looking pretty good right there. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, you probably want to get your hands on this thing as it launches later in the gaming cycle season. Boss battles, real-time strategy, real-time action. There you go. Lightning Returns. There you go. They're saying this thing is going to be available in February 2014. So, you know, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you want to look out for that coming out later not this year, later next year. So we're about to take a break. We're heading into that break, and coming up after the break, the Sprint Vital. Are you looking for a cheap smartphone? I know Devin is looking for a phone, but you know the guy is the head of Pulse eMedia Group, so he's not looking for a cheap phone. He's gonna get, his wallet is deep. He's gonna get, you know, price is no object for this man. He's looking to get maybe two, maybe he's, you know what? Maybe he's gonna get company phones. You know, for everybody here in the Pulse eMedia Group, we're all gonna get Galaxy S4s. Woo, yeah! You know what I'm saying? Go Devin. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, he's looking at me to confirm that that is the case. Yes! Alright, so before he has a chance to say no, we're going to jump into a break real quick. And we're going to see you after the break. But after the break, we're talking about the Sprint Vital phone that's launching tomorrow. A cheap phone for those of you that's looking for something that won't break the bank. All that and more coming up next.